make this quick because my mom is nagging at me to go upstairs because I have to finish packing for the camping trip, which I'm going on tomorrow, and I might have to upload this in the morning, but here we go. On the whole, I liked the episode too. I didn't really like it as much as last week's episode, and I totally agree with your Deathly Hallows Part 1 analogy. It was perfect, but there was no camping, thank God, in this episode of The Rebel Flesh. I also agree that they have built up a lot of anticipation because there wasn't as much action in the first of the two parts, but I'm definitely expecting way more for what's called the Almost People, and I didn't actually know that there was going to be like a week gap in between episodes, and I love the idea of doing predictions. I think it's going to be super fun, and I will give those to you on Thursday. I think Thursday, yes, because I'll do it after you do your regular vloggity vlog. Okay, good, excellent. I think getting to know the characters in this episode was important because of the kind of monster that they are. Because the flesh and the humans both have like the exact same memories, the exact same sensations, they have like the same soul, which is pretty hefty in terms of its implications, especially when we find out that the Doctor has a flesh version. Heyo. Also, as a side note, I think that it's a really cool concept of having such a perfect doppelganger. I think there's a lot that can be explored about it philosophically speaking, and I don't know, it's just cool. We don't have to get into philosophy, and part of me doesn't want to, just because of like the post-FIP quasi-trauma. Also, I loved your solar arms. It was wonderful. And it was so nice to see Arthur come out of his kind of backseat-ish role that he had and see him become more of a companion. I always viewed Amy as more of a companion than Rory, just because she's been around longer, but with Rory being so protective of Jennifer, I definitely see him becoming more as a full companion, which I think is really great. Also, I got a haircut. It's not as long anymore. Yay, no split ends! What on earth does the Doctor know about the flesh? I think it's going to be one of those situations that kind of reminds me of the Waters of Mars, where he like knows what's going to happen and he wants to change history in that kind of a sense. Maybe. Side note about the puking, I've seen way worse chunder than that. Also, isn't chunder a great word? My friend who goes to Oxford told me about it, and it's just perfect, I think, in a kind of gross way. Also, that reminds me of the word thunder. Thanks, weather. I didn't actually have time to watch the episode twice and then take notes like I usually do because I watched it with Sophie and then I got super busy. So what I did notice is that early on in the episode the Doctor mentions the Almost People, and so that kind of leads me to believe that there's a part of the gangers that really does define them from being human versus being flesh, and also it's the name of the next episode. And I also noticed that in the preview there was the creepy eye patch lady, and we saw her in this episode too, like you mentioned, and I just want to know who the fuck she is, and that eye patch really bothers me. So about the lips. When I saw them coming out of the big vat of fleshiness, I totally called it. I was like, that's the Doctor. And so he was like, how do you know? I was like, who else says trust me? And she was like, I don't know. She was having a slow brain day, but I totally called that right when it happened, so I felt on the ball. It was exciting. I can't bear to think about the Rocky Horror lips like that. I just have such strong love for Rocky Horror that, I don't know, the flesh lips seem like gross and creepy and like whereas like the Rocky lips are like sensual and like, I don't know, just Rocky. And I'm glad to see that the orange is back. I think you're happier with it, and it does make you seem more Sarah-y, if that makes any sense. But this is the conclusion of my vlog, and I'm gonna have to edit this super quick. And I'll see you when I'm back from camping. Okay, happy vlog!